Alright guys, we're gonna play some games with 4 decks that I think could be good post-patch. Obviously this will hold up, this will maybe hold up well. This could age poorly, is basically what I'm trying to say. It could turn out that I was completely wrong, but I think that Snipers, I think Buyer deck, I think Mutant Chuggy, and I think 222 could all be good post-patch. Both these decks are using 60 cost Banshee still, because this is pre-patch. But I think post-patch, like the Mutant Chuggy deck really, like this deck is good apart from it can't ever beat Flame Tank, but hopefully the 30 cost Banshee will give you outs to Flame Tank. Because it'll be cheap enough to like beat Phantoms and stuff. Maybe you could even play Shade in that? No, because you need something that kills air. Yeah, it does need to be anti-air. Anyway, these are the decks I'm going to be trying out. I guess we'll just play like a couple of games of each. And then I'll maybe come up with some more decks for the last 2 games. Let's start with the Mutant Chuggy. No, let's start with the 222. Yeah, we'll start with this. We'll play a couple of games of each.
Establishing battlefield control.
PG. Is Battering Ram coming with this patch? Well, Leuncha, the answer to that question is probably not.
3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Alright, so this is a classic 222 Nod deck from old. Like people played this deck in beta. Like people literally played this exact deck in beta. It'll be different post patch with 30 cost Banshee. I'm really interested to see how that changes things. Shocks. So the shock rifle matchup is gonna have no impact. Is gonna happen with this with the patch. Neither of these units are getting changed at all. I need to move that guy out. Alright, whatever, he's dead now. Let him go. I have to go into Venom to fight these shocks. So this is actually a classic old school thing that used to happen. People would open like shocks or flames or missiles more often, and then go into shocks. And you'd have to go Venom, and then they'd go Pitbull, and that's like a good counter to the Venom. And then like first missile, you'd struggle to get your tank out that could fight the thingy, the Pitbull. And then like you'd struggle first missile. So yeah, that was one of the reasons we had like a shock flame war factory meta game. Obviously the Banshee should be 30 cost. I have no idea how Banshee's going to hold up against Talon. I'm really interested to see how that fight goes. Because they're both going to be the same cost. And they're both going to be good against each other. So they should really trade. That's how the matchup should go. So I'm interested to see if that's what actually happens. Let's get a Banshee as well. Second half. It's a bit late, mate. A bit late for the second half, don't you think? Game's kind of already over. Banshee will beat that Talon, so I'll just win this missile now. Bring the bites back to kill this guy. Alright, nice and easy. Herbal essences, nice and easy.
Objective complete. 3, 2, 1. New objective.
Jose Nogueira. Probably butchered that.
Harvester ready.
We're ready to serve.
Not seeing anything but a harvester here.
Here. We're ready to
So yeah, this classic 2-2, this deck is honestly still fine, like the classic 2-2-2. The problem with this deck is you auto lose to Phantoms, and Stealth Tanks are also a massive beating, which is like, that's why this deck is not playable in the current metagame. Like, Stealth Tanks and Phantoms just annihilate you super hard.
What's the forecast? Militia here.
But other than that, the deck is actually pretty good. Like, if you don't play against Nod, if you play against GDI, this deck is still decent. It's just against Stealth Tank and Phantom that you get into trouble.
What's needed?
Alright, we're gonna Venom start working on these Flamers.
We're ready to serve. Militia here.
Ah, I lost both of my rifles, feels bad, man. This rifle I built just now should have been a Venom. In fact, I'm gonna send a Venom up there and bring the rifle down here. Buggy will beat the Venom, but not quick enough for me to stop me winning the missile. So we'll be fine here. It's actually kind of close. It's a lot closer than I expected. Look at this. I'm gonna let these two fight it out and see what happens. Yeah, Buggy wins with like 30% hit points left. Considering that's like that Buggy should be a hard counter to Venom. Venom's vehicle damage is actually pretty high. Like maybe a little too high. Just duking on and off the pad to keep it charging. Because I assume he's gone double half now. He hasn't. He's just stopped playing though. Interesting.
No probe your command. Missiles will smash him. Burning your command.
Huh. I guess we're done here. I really want to see. Oh, hello. That's interesting. I really want to see how 30 plus Banshee plays. Like, that's going to be really interesting. I'm going to bring the rifles over to crack the shield. Swap these two around.
Carefully now. Ready to serve. Honor to the
Unit ready.
position.
Nuclear warhead launched.
Wow, that Centurion lasted a long time.
You are victorious.
Alright, so this is the first deck I think is going to be playable with the Banshee change or the nerfs. Like, Stealth Tank won't shut this deck down anymore. Phantom will still be okay against you, but my prediction is that 30 cost Banshee will be able to overrun Phantom with spam. So, Venom Banshee could be an insane combo post-patch. Like, we might not even end the air meta. We might just have more Venom. It might just change to Venom Banshee. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, let's play a GDI deck that I think is going to be good. I think the Buyer deck should be good post-patch. I don't see any... Like, a lot of the stuff that shuts it down, like Catship, is going to go away. So, it should be a better deck post-patch.
3, 2, 1. New objective available.
I also think that, like, rifles... I think rifles and missiles... Rifles and militants, which are already amazing units, are going to be even better post-patch. Like, Fanatics are going to be worse. That's pretty helpful for rifles and militants. It means there's going to be less wheels around as well, because people open wheels to, and then they fight rifles and militants really efficiently. But people are just going to be opening infantry, like, almost all the time now. We're going to go Pitbull against that drone form. I didn't play that very well, like, I lost 2 of my shock troopers, which is not ideal. And that definitely shouldn't have happened. Keep pop capping me.
Unit lost.
Looks like he's pop capping me. Oh, whoa, 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 run away, Pitbull, run away. Get a second Pitbull.
Unit ready.
Gonna send everything up here because he's clearly gonna send the drone swarm up. Alright.
Unit
We'll let one
enhanced.
Pitbull go and the other one will chase the Orca down.
Unit ready.
Nice. And then we get the missile here with this Pitbull. I've got rifles going to the bottom pads, so we're gonna lose this Pitbull, but we'll win the missile doing it. Oh, nice, didn't even lose the Pitbull.
Launched.
Feels good, man. We'll make the same play as before, where we just run 2 Pitbulls into his Orca. And if he wants to kill one of them, that's fine, the other one will kill him.
Unit enhanced.
Yep, there we go. Well, because we're boosting, we're kind of trading 70 for 70. But then we also get some value out of the boost, because we get to send the Pitbull to do other stuff, like kill this drone swarm. So we're slightly up. We're not up as much as it looks. Like, it looks like we're trading 40 for 70, which is not the case. Because we are using the boost as well. In fact, we can do it without the boost. We can just do this. So, the reason I did it the other way around is I wanted the Orca gone quicker, so I could change target to the drone swarms. But you can also just do it the other way without the boost. And then you don't lose the extra 30. Or he just surrenders to the Pitbulls. Pitbull OP, let's go!
Mission accomplished. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
I'm not even gonna try. Actually, maybe I am. And we do.
Harvester
I don't know if I
ready.
got that right or not. So yeah, second game with the Buyer deck. This deck, I think, this deck was already okay. Although, one of the main reasons to play this deck was its matchup against Bike Rush APC, which is not going to be a deck anymore. So maybe this deck actually isn't good. In fact, this deck's pretty bad against snipers, so now that I think about it,
Building online.
if my prediction that snipers are going to be really good next patch comes true, this deck is actually not going to be very good, because this deck's kind of bad versus snipers. Right, he really, really, really wants to kill off my rifleman. I guess he invested 60 in an anti-infantry unit. He needs to get some value back out of that. Alright, in today's episode of Bikes vs Pitbulls. Yeah, it feels bad, man. I'm just gonna keep making Pitbulls if he keeps making Bikes. I'd make Predator, but then he can switch into like an air unit that he currently can't make because of the Pitbulls. Like if he has a Banshee or laser drones or something, he can't make that into the Pitbull spam. If I switch to Predator, then he can switch to the air. So I don't really want to make a Predator. Also, Pitbull spam is pretty expensive. Like you can see, I'm using all of my money on it. This is why you can't really win with Pitbull versus Bike in no half, even though Pitbull beat Bikes. Because you need more money to make the pit bulls. Like, pit bulls are too expensive to make off no half. Alright, we're gonna kill his harvester
Unit
here.
enhanced.
And we'll go grab the missile, I guess. Yeah, he doesn't seem to have an out for pit bull. This pit bull is one of the defining units of Command & Conquer Rivals. It's one of those units you need to have answers to in your deck, otherwise you're gonna lose. Because like almost everyone's gonna play pit bull because it's so amazing. And then if people realize you don't have an answer to it, they'll make only pit bulls. Like, why would I make anything but a pit bull if this guy can't beat pit bull?
Unit ready.
Like, yeah, I could make missiles or predator and they'd be better against his bites, but why? Why bother?
Unit lost.
The guy already can't beat the pit bulls I have. This is where the surrender button comes in handy.
Unit ready.
Alright, GG, I guess. Yep, there's the air tower. That's what I was thinking might happen if I... Yeah, there you go, that's why I didn't go Predator. Vindication.
Unit enhanced. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Oops, I was meant to be Predator. Pitbull. Alright, so pretty easy win. He didn't have an answer to Pitbull.
Unit lost. Missile launched. Enemy base destroyed.
3, 2, 1. New mission.
Alright, so this deck is Mutant Chuggy, but with Banshee instead of Stealth Tank. Again, this is a post-patch work in progress deck. I believe that the Stank is no longer going to be good enough to play in it. Like, this deck normally played Stank as to give it outs to things like Flame Tank, but I don't think Stank is going to cut it anymore. So now I'm looking to see if Banshee is going to be... Obviously we can't test it now because it's pre-patch, but I believe Banshee could fill the role that you needed Stank to do, which is to kill things like Flame Tank and also shoot air. So that's the main thing the Stank was for, was shooting air. This guy went blind double harvester, so I felt like mutanting him, although these shots are going to be a problem. Alright, nice, we got the halve, that's not an issue. If we hadn't got the halve, we wouldn't be able to afford this Chuggy, and we might have lost to the shots. Which is why you generally shouldn't go after the harvester, because if you fail to get it, then you just end up losing the missile as well, and then you're dead because you're against double harvester and they have a missile. But yeah, we did get the halve, we can afford the Chuggy, which gives us the boost to win that missile easily, and now we can go and pressure his harvesters.
Ray in the wing. Reed, killer, moving out. All round up every last one.
Alright, so we're gonna brutalize this dude. This, I think, this is another deck I think is going to be really potentially very good post-patch. People are already playing a lot of Mutant Chuggy anyway, and it doesn't get, there's no nerfs to it apart from Stealth Tank, which potentially can be replaced by the new Banshee. So yeah, this could be a real serious deck post-patch. Alright, looks like we got him.
Nuclear weapon launched.
It's an extra 30 cost on the Tech Lab Jeffrey, and super unit decks aren't Tech Splash really, but yes, I think Tech Splash will be kind of bad.
3, 2, 1. New objective.
Alright, so we're going to Mutant Chuggy. I think this guy, isn't there already play this guy? Isn't this the guy who made Orcas and conceded to Pitbull?
Harvester
Is
ready.
Pitbull rushing me, what?
What's needed? Nod will
Pitbull Rush is a very bad strategy. Like, Spike Rush is kind of bad, although I've been doing it a lot more lately for fun and it's been okay, but Pitbull Rush, it's expensive and low DPS. Like, it's an incredibly strong, versatile unit, but it doesn't hit that hard, so it's not great for rushing. I'll just finish this guy off before I leave. Now we can pressure his... Oh, hello, that's new. Maybe we didn't play against this guy.
Unit offline.
So I don't really want to use mutants against Shatterer.
Unit offline.
That's not really generally where I want to be in life, so I'm going to bring these bites in. Pretty sure Defender wins in this matchup, so I'm just going to chill, wait for the bites to come in and harass.
Smash 'em. Okay.
Unit ready.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to win with that, being hit by a bite volley as well.
Destroyed him. Gonna brain him.
Alright, nice. That worked out pretty well.
Unit offline. Building online. Unit ready.
So without the rapid response of the stealth tank, I don't know if this deck is going to struggle. It can struggle a lot more. Like, obviously you can use mutants to kill pit bulls, but it's quite hard to run them down. Whereas stealth tank was able to, like, hit in and blow stuff up really quickly. So it's interesting to see how that's going to affect the deck, not having the stealth tank.
Unit ready.
I suspect Banshee will not do well against pit bull or bikes anymore as well. Interesting.
Unit offline. Unit in hand.
Alright, these blacks.
Missile launched.
If Preds come back, Flame Tank is bad. That is true. If everyone's playing Predator on DDI, then Flame Tank is going to be a lot weaker.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so this is the Sniper deck. This is like my classic go-to Sniper deck with the Orca and the Predator. I do think Snipers are going to be a huge winner in this patch. Like, Snipers get shut down super hard by Catship. That's one of the main reasons that you don't see Snipers anymore. Without Catship being around. And Fanatics are going to be worse as well. I think Snipers are going to be really strong. I think we're going to see a lot of Snipers going forwards. There's also going to be less APC, although Sniper decks are actually okay versus APC decks. But yeah, I think we're going to see Snipers. I think we're going to see a lot more Drone Swarm as well to counter Snipers.
Unit ready.
Alright, so Pitbull versus Banshee. We all know how this fight goes. Oh, sorry, Pitbull versus Bike. What am I talking about? In today's episode of Pitbulls versus Bikes. I don't want to make a Predator or another Pitbull because I want to save money in case I need to switch to Snipers. Yeah, there you go, Vindicated. Always Vindication, my dudes. Always with the Vindication.
Launched. Unit lost. Unit ready.
We've got them
Oh,
on
I had another shot there and I moved away from that. That's awkward.
ready. Move it.
We'll get a Predator now. This game looks fairly wrapped up though. I mean, my opponent's units that he's made look like they get very shut down by me. I'm interested to see if Mutant Chuggy does become a big deal and also Snipers become a big deal. Wow, okay. That was a quick Flame Tank on one half.
Enhanced.
I'm interested to see how that impacts who wins that matchup, like Sniper versus Mutant Chuggy. I think it can be pretty close. Alright, GG. He didn't want to play once his Flame Tank was gone.
Objective complete. 2, 1. New objective.
Nate Dogg.
received.
I remember this guy.
Harvester ready.
So this guy's pretty good, I think. Seem to remember him being decent at the game. We're gonna need to pay attention while playing this one. So we're gonna go Pitbull against this Barrett. This is War Factory opening. This is a very standard. This used to be like one of the most standard openings in the game. Not so much anymore. Ooh, nice little blocks there from the wheels as well. Gets a volley on my dogs. On second bite, my back out. Didn't manage to pull my dogs back in time, so they're gonna get yeah, they got slaughtered. Feels bad, man. I need to be careful not to take a hit. Oh my god, I actually just took a hit. Well, this is going very poorly.
Unit ready.
I have not microed my Pitbulls well here. I'm gonna focus fire this squadron, fire out friends as well. This is bad, man. This is bad. Losing that first engagement has put me so far behind. I actually have to go missiles instead of Predator. If I'd won the first engagement like I should have, by like not being bad at the game, then I could have just gone straight into Predator. But I had to build an extra Pitbull because I messed up, and that means I had no money,
Unit
which
lost.
meant I had to go missiles instead.
Unit lost.
Get
Unit
snipers
ready.
as well. Oh god, he's got flamers. Maybe he's playing a post-patch deck as well. Alright, I messed up that at the start of that game, but if he's playing flamers, then snipers are pretty good against that. Get the snipers back a tile. Get some dogs to defend as well. Basically, the name of the game is just to keep the snipers surrounded by units so they can't get killed by the flamers. He also wasted a boost trying to go for them. I mean, like, it was a good boost. I'm not... Obviously, like, I had to play... Like, if I hadn't played around it, it would have been a really good boost. But waste is... I mean, it was a waste because I played around it, but it could have been a good boost. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, we're gonna chill. Once we have the Predator, we can move in.
I'm on it.
Because the Predator will beat the Scorpion. It's gonna boost as well. There's a Banshee. Wow, maybe he is trying post-patch deck. Maybe this is just the deck he plays. Maybe he just plays like a really old school standard Nod aggro deck.
Unit lost.
Alright, Banshee goes down to the missiles. I'll stop these missiles here to kill this wheel. Retarget the snipers. Snipers are looking really good against him. Oh wow, the wheel's actually got a sniper. That's really bad for me. That makes the sniper squad so much worse. Oh, the boost means I still kill one sniper per volley. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the boost actually really hurt him there. I'm gonna let these snipers die for the wheels. I don't care too much about them. I want a fresh squad anyway.
Unit enhanced.
Ooh, run away. Woo.
Unit
I need to not lose a sniper. Oh my god, I lost a sniper. That's so bad. Get more pit bulls. I'm letting the sniper squad go because I don't want a two-man sniper squad. He's trying to pop cap it. That's annoying. Get a fresh sniper squad. Try and suicide this one.
Unit enhanced. Unit lost.
Yeah, I got punked pretty hard by that pop capping. I need time for a Predator to arrive.
Unit lost.
Predator should kill in time. Nice, nice, not dead. Get some missiles. I really need more snipers though. Okay, I really need more snipers.
Unit lost.
Nice.
Missile cancelled.
Nice, nice, nice. Almost there. Get this. Looks like we're gonna get it. I think my deck is pretty favored in this matchup. He played really well for it to be this close. Because like I've got like Sniper Predator and Sniper Predator Missile should beat his deck. So yeah, he played pretty well to make that so close. I think I'm favored in that matchup. Alright, so for the last two games we're gonna play a bit of a wonky deck. This is suggested by Copycat, and it's like Natural Sky style Nod, but with Banshee instead of Laser Drone. This is a deck that probably this is like the biggest example of a deck that will need the new Banshee to test out. So it's kind of like it might be a waste of time to be playing a couple of games of it now, because this is like a great example of a deck that will need the 30 cost Banshee to really trial.
Building online.
Because you're going to be relying heavily on that 30 cost Banshee as like your cheap unit that shoots down and a cheap anti-air unit.
Unit ready.
Oof, jump jets. Looks like this guy is playing a very standard current meta deck, which is going to make this matchup really difficult because obviously our deck is wonky, very wonky. Are you trying to pop cap my rifleman as well? Kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Seth up there. Oh, I was trying to Seth away from the jump jet. Obviously I didn't do that. I'm going to block the dogs and then we should win the missile because we got two pads. So here's one. Well, we're on all three as well, so it's a head by a lot. Really just using rifle bike at the moment as my only two units. I'm going to switch into Venoms to try and kill these things a little quicker. Although he's probably going to use Talons against those as well. He's just going to play Talon Jump Jet, which is... I mean, it makes sense, right? He wants to get in as much Talon Jump Jet as he can before they get the nerf tomorrow. Like, Talon Jump Jet will probably not be anywhere near as strong as it is right now, post-patch. So maybe he wants the last hurrah, the last chance to get some value out of them. He might not have missiles if he's playing like, it looks like Bike Rush APC, which doesn't have missile troops in it. If he doesn't have missile troops, he's actually going to struggle with Banshee, because it 1v1s everything in his deck. Yeah, the Banshee's actually pretty good in this matchup. Didn't ever make them mutant, probably should have made them mutant against the Pipstons a little bit. Oh, here comes jumps. Need to get on the pad. Nice. Shoots him for long enough. He would have flipped it there.
You are victorious. 3, 2, 1. New objective available.
Alright, final game. Are we going to call all of these decks Blade decks? Yes, every one of these decks now belongs to me. At what time will the patch be live? No idea. It might not even come out tomorrow. Looks like he's going to go for a 2v2. I'll take a 2v2. I'm going to switch target slightly to make... Oh, he's actually focus firing. I'll switch back.
Unit offline.
This is the reason to focus, to not focus fire, because now I have 2 full rifle squads and he has 1.5 basically. Switches to Talon, Gigabyte.
Unit ready.
Attack.
We're ready to push those.
Your command missiles will smash.
What's needed? Just taking position. Militia here, ready to...
Launches will
What's for the militia? Let's go.
And we use the bikes tanking to get through the defender's advantage here as well.
Unit ready.
launches will flush. This Oika rolling out.
Unit offline.
I'm expecting jump jets, yeah, there they are. Obviously. I'm gonna try and go into Venom, although we're gonna see just Talon jump jet for a while, I guess.
No problem. I'm getting hammered. Your
Unit offline.
I think we just win here. There's no way he can kill the Venom in time. Yeah.
We're in trouble. Venom has no
Unit
effect.
offline.
Your command. Ready.
Unit offline.
Get some rifles.
Brother.
Militia forward.
Launches
Try and hold off these jump jets.
We're gonna brain him. Advancing.
Unit ready.
So there's the Venom, and I guess we're gonna want Mutant for the Pip-Pip.
Unit ready.
Attack bike ready to rumble.
Unit offline.
Yeah, I guess we're getting Mutant. I don't really want to make more than 1 Mutant, it's a bit too much of a commitment.
Revving the engine. Boiker burn and you're gonna brain him. No credit. Boiker red.
What's over there? We run.
Protect. Your Boiker rolling out. Red
Do Banshee. Banshee's actually pretty good against GDI. It's only the fact that it's terrible versus Nod that keeps it out of the metagame.
Unit offline.
The Banshee should beat the boosted Talon, I'm pretty sure.
Revving the engine.
Ooh, traded? Yikes. This Mutant can just tank forever as well. Okay, cool. We got him. Alright, so that deck, no idea. No idea on that deck. With the 30 cost Banshee, it could have been tough to fight the Talons and the Pitbulls, honestly, so... Yeah, unclear. But there you go, guys. There's like 5 different decks that I think could potentially be interesting or good next patch. I definitely think snipers are going to be a huge winner. That's like my number 1 big unit to look out for is going to be snipers. Mutant Chuggy doesn't get affected too much. Maybe the stealth tech nerf is huge. It's hard to say for them. They might be able to switch to the new Banshee. 2/2/2, I think will be good. Like this deck here, I think this could be good again. Oh, sorry, it has lasers. This could be good again. We can go back to the good old days of this. Maybe even with Mutant. Like depends how good the Banshee is at air to air. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that one, and we'll see how it shakes out when the patch hits.